Hello, BHS. It's Mr. Chapman.
And Mr. Snyder.
And we are bringing you all the BHS news today. This is being recorded on a Wednesday afternoon.
October the 4th.
Beautiful day today in Boonville. And Mr. Snyder, we got a lot to talk about today.
We do. Some football action, a little volleyball, some things going on around the high school. It's going to be a good podcast.
Yeah, so let's get right into it. Exciting football game Friday night.
It was.
Up in Princeton.
Yes.
And in case you missed it, Princeton scored a touchdown with just under 2 minutes to play in the game. Minute 53 left in the game. Princeton scores a touchdown to go up 6. Pioneers blocked the extra point, which would prove to be valuable in the end because we marched down the field. Quarterback Brandon Schnook plunges over the goal line with 10 seconds left. Dean Ewan brings home the extra point, and we win the game by 1 point.
How about Dean Ewan this year?
He's a beast.
Perfect right now.
Perfect.
On extra points. Perfect.
And was one of the soccer team's leading goal scorers.
Correct.
Athlete.
Yes, very, very good. Great senior year.
Yeah.
And then Brandon Schnook stepping up for the
Huge.
starter. Big.
And how about Luke Connor? I mean,
Playing both sides.
best player on each side of the ball.
Yes. Yes. That's a big game to play both sides the whole game and hardly sit at all. That's a lot of work.
Yeah.
It is. Picked up a good draw in the first round of the sectional.
Very, very friendly draw for us. You know, we have to go to Enlow Field to play Bossy in the first round. Winner gets the winner of Harrison and somebody, probably going to be Harrison. And then winner, we win that. We're in the championship game now. Central and Wrights.
Good draw on the other side for us too.
Yeah, Central and Wrights have to play each other first round.
And then Jasper plays another team, which will probably come out to be Jasper.
Yep.
And then one of them gets defeated, and then we have a tough championship game possibly.
Yeah.
But best draw we've gotten in years for sure.
Yep. And that whoever we end up playing, let's say it's Central, they'll have to beat Wrights and then beat Jasper. I mean, they could be beat up, they could be tired.
Correct.
Give them our best shot and see what happens.
Correct. And then we are away the first game, like you said, but we should be home the second game.
We should.
As long as everything kind of falls right, we should be home, so that'd be nice too.
Be fun to host a sectional.
It would be good.
I'm going to have to watch it a little bit. I was told that if we host a sectional, I got to be a little bit more
Reserved.
Yeah.
If you didn't know, Mr. Chapman is the voice of Pioneer football this year. Done a good job this year.
I've had fun. Pretty interesting. When we were playing, Vincennes, I think. Is that who we played for homecoming? Not homecoming.
No, we
Senior
played Tell
night.
City for.
Senior night. I think it was Vincennes.
Yes.
And we got up big early.
Yes.
And they called up to the booth and said, hey, just kind of don't be too excited, just kind of play it out, be sportsmanlike, and it went fine.
That had to have been hard for you.
Yeah, but, it was fun.
If you don't know Mr. Chapman, he's a little loud at times and real fired up most of the time. But it's good to be an announcer in that way.
Yeah, I'm excited.
It's okay to have a little home field advantage as an announcer.
Sure. They don't want that in sectional, though.
No. And then volleyball's coming to an end. Girls soccer won their first game.
They won, yeah.
And then are playing Memorial tomorrow night.
Tomorrow night, yeah.
Tomorrow night.
And then, boys soccer, one of those things. They drew Memorial in the first round.
Yep.
Lost 2-0, which, some of you guys out there don't know. I coached soccer in Evansville for 8 years. I was a head boys soccer coach at Bossy and played Memorial every year. And I would have been thrilled to only lose to Memorial 2-0,
Yes.
So,
respectable.
Boys played very, very well.
Yes.
Shane Tremper in goal had a great game, made some great saves, and so good boys team, and it'll be interesting to see how they rebuild. They have, I think, 9 seniors, all really good.
Yeah, they said they are going to rebuild.
Yeah.
You're right.
Now, my son is a 7th grader at the middle school, and he plays on the middle school soccer team. And they're pretty good, got some good 8th graders coming up, but obviously it's going to take those kids some time to adjust to high school soccer and the speed of the game. And
Soccer's kind of picking up steam here in this area.
It really is.
It is. In a lot of feeder programs, it's really picking up steam.
It's good.
Especially with a lot of the indoor stuff where they can play in the off season too, even in the winter. A lot of that stuff's picking up. And then girls golf got over with. Had a good season.
Yeah. Yeah, they did. That's one of those sports where a lot of times people come to it and maybe they haven't played it before, and so you're learning as you're competing, and everybody had fun and got better, and good year.
Let's talk about that golf coach just a little bit.
Okay.
How about the interim golf coach? The regular coach was usually Mrs. Saltzman. She had a baby, if everybody doesn't know, and then the interim this year is Coach Hamill.
Didn't Coach Wilson do a year in there too?
Coach Wilson did a year, while I think Mrs. Saltzman was pregnant, maybe.
Okay.
So Coach Wilson, and then Coach Hamill was coached by Coach Wilson. So she brought a lot of that fire and tenacity back.
When I got a little, I guess you could say BHS podcast breaking news. She told me yesterday that she had considered being a one and done, but she liked it so much she's going to stay on.
Oh,
yeah,
so no more
breaking
interim.
news.
We're talking full job.
I think so. Head golf coach.
There you go.
Yeah. So outside of the sports realm, busy time of year, a lot going on. Jostens was in the building today.
Right. Giving seniors information, cap and gowns, sophomores, class rings. Did you have a class ring?
I didn't.
I didn't either.
It's an interesting question. I don't know.
So.
Did you have a letter jacket?
I did not even have a letter jacket.
Really? I had a letter jacket. You didn't have a letter jacket?
No, I just didn't see any need for it. A lot of it's a lot of money.
Yeah.
I would have gotten a letter jacket. Thinking back, I would have gotten a letter jacket over a class ring.
Yeah, me too.
For sure.
Now there was, there's a buzz for the seniors about, they're excited. Once this comes, it starts to feel real.
Oh, yeah.
You think anybody's ever, I'm not saying just at BHS, maybe anywhere, you think anybody's ever dropped a load of coin on this graduation stuff and then not graduated?
Oh, for sure.
So
for sure.
So you pony up $400 to buy all the stuff that says 2018, and then you got to pony up more next year to buy the 2019 gear.
I would say more than one. Not just one, more than one, for sure. And it's expensive. Graduation as a whole is expensive.
It is.
It is expensive. And then, like you said, you can buy the mugs, you can buy keychains and the shirts and the sweatshirts.
Somebody
and
said
all
there's
that
a
stuff.
jersey? I don't know. Sweatpants? I mean, there's everything.
Well, I would believe that at Bossy, but Boonville? Now, what about a camo shirt that says grad, like class of?
Would you buy one of those?
No. I didn't buy any of the senior stuff. I got invitations, and that was it. I was pretty low-key.
Yep. So then fall break right around the corner.
Can we go
you
back?
got something else?
Let's back up to Jostens real quick. I walked past the booth that Jostens was there, and if anybody likes football, especially NFL Sunday football, there's usually 5 or 6 commentators nowadays, and they're all trying to get their piece in. And that's what I felt like the Jostens people. There were about 5 of them down there, and they were all trying to get their piece in. I don't know if they get paid by the sale or what, but they were all super helpful, really helpful. But I don't know if you need 5 people at one Jostens booth.
Hey, you want to talk about a dog and pony show? When I was at Bossy, I was senior class sponsor one year, or class sponsor, and you follow them all the way through, right?
Yeah.
So their junior year, they have to select which company to go with. The senior class officers, who when they're juniors, so junior class officers, have to decide what company they're going with for the graduation announcements, and then they design them and that kind of stuff. So we had 2 competing companies. They came in, Jostens was one, and the other one was Herf Jones. And you talk about a dog and pony show, man. They took 2 rooms next door to each other, and they set these rooms up. They had examples of everything they did. Herf Jones had just done the Colts Super Bowl ring, so they had a replica of that thing in there.
Yeah.
They had, it was, and then these kids come in, and as adults, we're used to a sales pitch, right? Getting a sales pitch, you go to buy a car, buy a house, whatever. These kids, man, they had never been pitched before. So they come in, and you got, like you said, you got the main guy, but then you got, in the case of Jostens, it's a family-run business. So you got the guy, his wife, the son, some other people, hangers-on, right? Whole entourage. Herff Jones was just the one guy. Herff Jones got it. They voted for Herff Jones. And I think the key was the sell wasn't as hard, like you were talking about. A lot of people trying to get their piece in. It was just one guy.
Right.
And I think the Super Bowl ring put it over the top.
Oh, yeah.
Like, hey, we just did this.
That would be cool.
Yeah.
That would be cool. Even though they didn't make the ring, they ordered it from a company.
Right.
And they may not have even done anything. It was
Right.
kind of like party of a party of a party, but still, that's
Middleman.
Cool. That's right. That's right.
But, you know, those companies, they put a lot into that, getting the bid, because there's, you know, like you said, that stuff's expensive. They make a lot of money on that stuff.
And let me just say one more thing about Jostens. I teach a life skills class, if you guys don't know. And my students are seeing all these rings just laid out. And half of them think, so when do we get our free ring?
Yeah.
So we're asking, this is second period today, and I said, if you're a sophomore, you get a chance at a ring. So we had prices going from free to $1,000 because we can't go slightly up in price. We got to jump to $1,000. Then I said that's way too much. Then we jumped back to $25. Then we're at like $500. So it's kind of like The Price is Right, only the extreme edition.
So is the sophomores buy the ring?
Sophomores. So a sophomore, you can buy a ring. Freshman, you can't.
Okay.
Which is probably good too. Freshman, you're still kind of got that deer in headlights look. Mm-hmm. Some of the teachers, I think, have that here at the school.
Oh, yeah. Quite a few. So, busy time of year, like we said. October, getting ready for fall break.
Right. Right. And then also we got the canned food drive coming up.
Oh, we do. Yeah, trick or treat with Pioneer Pete.
It's supposed to be a big deal. Lots of excitement at the school.
Sunrise Pep Assembly?
Yes, that too. Are you doing anything special in your class for the canned food drive? They said you want to be excited. You want to show your students you're ready to go.
Well, it's in First Black.
Yes.
I don't have a First Black.
Oh, that's right. That's your plan.
Yeah.
Well, the other teacher that teaches with me, Mrs. Metters, she made a good suggestion this morning. She said that if the students bring in 5 cans, then they get to throw a pie in my face.
Every kid?
But every kid has to bring in 5 cans.
But then
So the
every
whole
kid gets
class.
to throw a pie?
We talked about that, and then I came back and said, how about we do every kid gets to throw a pie in the face, but Mrs. Metters, they have to pick between Mrs. Metters or myself.
Oh.
Because I'm not the only one that needs a pie in the face.
She won't like that.
25 pies in the face. I said, that kind of hurt my face.
Will this be a real pie, or, you know, when I've seen this pie thing done, it's just like a pie pan with whipped cream on it.
Ooh, I've always done it with Cool Whip.
The
But
same
I'm
thing?
the one loading the pies. I never get the pie in the face. Have you ever had a pie in the face?
Yeah.
I never have.
No. But I feel gypped. I don't think it's a pie. It's, you know, Cool Whip in a dish. I want like lemon meringue in my face so I can lick it off afterwards.
Mine would be like blackberry pie.
Oh, you like black? I've never had blackberry pie. Lemon meringue is awesome.
Lemon meringue? I'm not a pie person. I'd
Me
rather
neither.
just let's do cake in the face. Now that's my deal.
Do you like pumpkin pie at like Thanksgiving?
No, I really don't. Pecan. But pecan pie is really thick. It'd be like getting a brick to the face.
We can't go too far down this because we're gonna have a Thanksgiving episode. We can talk about this stuff. But,
True.
You know,
True.
if anybody's seen me, we could talk about some food on this podcast.
So we talked about the food drive, Jostens, some sports stuff. We're kind of coming up to the end of the 9 weeks. It's getting closer.
It is
So a quarter of the year is already gone.
fast.
Fast.
You know, when I started teaching, an old retiring teacher told me it goes faster every year than the year before, and I didn't believe him. I'm like, whatever. It's true. Every year goes by a little faster.
You know, just right there. Now, this is a little change from you in Evansville and you in Boonville. In Evansville, you got Friday off to go to the Fall Festival.
Yeah.
Like all of Evansville got Friday off to go to the Fall Festival. Did you ever go to the Fall Festival on that Friday?
Yeah, I would go early though.
Did you?
Lunchtime. You know, not
Right.
if you wait too long. If it gets, 3:00, it's packed.
We were just there Tuesday. Tuesday they do a special ed day at the Fall Festival. So the Nut Clubbers they have free games, free rides, and then they also do lunch for any of the Evansville schools.
Now I've been to that before when I taught life skills in Evansville.
It's a good time.
Great time.
It's a great deal. We don't ever get the lunch because we just let the students eat at the booths. But I always tell the students at 11 o'clock, go get your food, because from 11 on, It's like every single person in Evansville gets a 2-hour lunch to go eat at the Fall Festival. Do you ever feel that way?
Yeah.
I mean, everybody. Bristol Myers, Meade Johnson, Berry Plastics. It's like every employee. There's nobody left in the plant. They all are at the Fall Festival.
Yeah. All the schools around there too. Their teachers will run there during their
Yep.
lunch break or their plan or whatever.
Saw a lot of Modern Day shirts, and I heard that they get, well, I think lunch all week to go out of campus and go to the Fall Festival.
Really?
Maybe the juniors or seniors. That's what I heard. That'd be kind of cool to do.
It's a good deal. Well, the Nut Club gives a lot back to EVSC schools, so
Oh yes.
that's why they try to support it and give them the day off to
Yep.
go. And
Yep. It's a good deal. They're going to have great weather all week.
yeah, and that's that EVSC now. When I was there, they just had the Friday off. Now it's the whole fall break. They've put the Monday on, and I believe they have Tuesday this year too.
Do they?
They're off Friday, Monday, Tuesday.
Right. And we're a little off on the fall break. So our fall break is next week.
Yep.
We have next Friday off. And then they have this Friday off, right?
Yeah,
Right.
it's a week apart. Yeah.
Right. Yeah. I mean, fall's always exciting.
Yeah, fun time. So, good show today. I think we covered it all. This is Mr. Chapman.
Mr. Snyder, signing off.
Yep, thanks for listening. We'll see you in a couple of weeks.